Okay. Uh, there may or may not be a little background noise here and there periodically at my house. My family's here, but um, I wanted to make this video. I can't wait to make this video. This is the most important video of my life, with an emphasis on military and their loved ones. I really think that what I'm going to get into is an issue that's affecting our military a lot more than we know. I have been on my own personal journey trying to discover why I felt so bad all the time, no matter what I did. And knowing that I did not want to feel that way, knowing that I just wanted to be a good, happy person and raise my family along with my beautiful wife and enjoy my friends and enjoy my life. And I couldn't. So, what am I talking about? I posted a video yesterday. Um, it's a short video, a little over 7 minutes long, made by a chiropractor by the name of Dr. Tyler Evans. He runs Arete Chiropractic out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I found his video very recently. This is a new discovery for me, so bear with me. I'm still gathering all the facts myself, still doing all the research. I have a good feeling that this is not my last video. This is going to be one of my life's missions now, to try to help, because this is a game changer for me. Okay, I'll Quentin Tarantino it. I was brain numb. I had a cloud, a fog, a heavy fog, and it's been lifted. So, and then I guess an analogy could be like that Limitless movie. Just if you think about the first time he takes that pill and he goes from like the state he is in, that kind of burnout writer with writer's block, disorganized, and then it's like woo, and he's refreshed. So after my third neck adjustment, I crashed out. I slept a good solid 9 hours, which I don't normally do. I'm normally a 5 hours of shitty sleep guy, and then I go on about my day. And I woke up the next morning and I realized pretty quickly I had a lot more brain power. Whoa. And why it was even more surprising was I didn't even know that was going to happen. And I'll get into that. Okay. Let me cover the study. I wrote down, bear with me, I'm going to have to look at some notes. Like I said, this is my first video. I'll try not to have too many awkward lulls where I'm just staring at my paper, and I don't think that'll happen. But I want to make sure that I cover as much as possible. Okay, so the chiropractic study that was reported on by Dr. Tyler Evans, but he wasn't part of the study. The study was done by a group of chiropractic biophysicians, and they are neck specialists. And they did a significant study a little over a year ago. I did not write down the name of it. It's long. It's in the other video if you really want to know. And I mean, I encourage that. I encourage more research. Along with that, it goes into how they discovered that there are two. Well, they already knew that there are two arteries that feed your brainstem. Okay, they are basically the airway of your brain, is the best way to think of it. They feed blood to something in the back of everyone's head called the Circle of Willis, and the Circle of Willis distributes your blood to all other areas of your brain. So it makes sense that if you have a blood flow restriction in that area, no parts of your brain are going to get the supply of blood that they're used to. They're not going to get an adequate supply. And what they found in the study, well, what they already knew was that if you have a restriction of blood flow to that area, along with physical pain and stiffness, you will, not maybe, have all, not some, symptoms of severe depression and anxiety. So that's where I was. He shows in the study, they did angiograms of their patients, and I mean, they showed it. There it is for you. So they put the colored dye in. They see how much blood is flowing to your brain. They take an image of it. They do the neck adjustments. They re-image. They discovered everyone increased. Okay? The increases were anywhere from about 25% blood flow increases to upwards of over 230%. Okay, I'd like to get into how this personally affected me. Oh, I do want to, prior to doing that, re-emphasize, I mentioned this before on my Facebook. They call it military neck. That's what they're calling it. Because that's how often they're already discovering it affects veterans. So help me get the word out. I'm going to make sure I have the settings to enable shareability. If I forget, someone please remind me. I don't think I will now. So, my story. I'm not going to cover everything. I'm going to try to get personal to touch. But some things are just too personal. You know, I don't want everyone in my life. However, I will cover. I wrote out a list of things that I am willing to share because I do want to help people, and I think that sharing my own personal struggle is the best way to do that. All right. So, the main mental issues that it caused me, that I believe the rest of my mental health issues stem from, if that makes sense. I listed them. Number one is I felt overwhelmed easily. And the way this injury came on with me wasn't one particular injury. It was several over time. I think it could have even started because I was a wrestler in high school. I think that it could have even started there. You're on your neck a lot. And then the nature of my job in the infantry, I was concussed several times. I was blown up several times. One time a grenade was thrown down on us and I was forced to actually jump off of a stairwell from pretty high up. I was probably 14 feet up or something, and landed onto a concrete floor, and it knocked me out real briefly, and then I came back to in a gunfight. So waking up in a gunfight's something. And then, so on every deployment I had an injury. My first two deployments I had several combat injuries of the sort that I just described. And then on my last deployment, I had a training accident where I fell off of a pull-up bar doing CrossFit and fell, you know, I was up, like my body was up in line, if not above the pull-up bar when I fell. So, yeah, it was quite an impact. It knocked me out. Okay, so yeah, disorganized thinking is the second symptom that I most often noticed. And then along with that, I would have panic attacks when just being overwhelmed by everything, and they felt unavoidable. So this caused me to feel like I was losing my mind. In addition, until my son was born, I could not find the motivation to get off of the alcohol. I was a partier. You know, anyone who knows me knows that in my younger days I was a partier. But it got different. Before, you know, yeah, I was a partier, but if I really needed to do something, you know, if I was motivated, say like I decided I want to go to Ranger School, I dropped it and did 2-a-day workouts. Not a big deal, you know, stuff like that. But I got to a point where I felt like I had an uncontrollable dependence, and I didn't feel like I could really say that to anybody. I'd fight it because I was still in there somewhere. So, you know, I didn't always have this injury, and I'm a fairly morally sound dude. I'm pretty tight with knowing who I am, and I know I don't have any intentions of being a bad person, hurting anyone, being an angry person, any of that. I started having a man in the mirror issue. Literally thousands and thousands and thousands of times in the last 10 plus years, I spent hours physically standing in front of my mirror, screaming at myself. The fuck is wrong with you, dude? Snap out of it. Are you kidding me? Why did you do that? Why didn't you remember that? Why did you let that happen? Why'd you get that mad? Why'd you react like that? It wasn't that big of a deal. Could have been cooler. You know better. Why'd you drink again? You were late to work. Felt like shit. You were hungover. What the fuck, man? I watched people in my life who've known me my whole life not know how to take me. I watched brothers who I absolutely love. And it was like an unspoken kind of thing, right? It was, couldn't put words on it. What a feeling. All symptoms of depression and anxiety. The research is out there. If you have a neck issue that restricts your blood flow to your brain, you will have all symptoms of severe depression and anxiety. Now I know. Now I can look in the mirror and know that it wasn't my fault. Now I can heal. I told my wife that they could have given me the option for this treatment, and right beside it, they could have put down the $400 million Powerball winning ticket. I would have chosen this in a heartbeat 10 out of 10 times. No question. Please feel free to comment. Please feel free to ask questions. Please feel free to share. This is exciting. I love all of you. Feels good to be back. after, I know that was weird. Sorry, the pause. Everyone thought I was leaving. Okay. Last thing I wanted to say. After 3 adjustments, that's it. It's supposed to take upwards of a year to completely heal, and I found this much. I'm not perfect. I'm not 100%, but I'm significantly better. And took 3 adjustments. Okay, all right. I'll be quiet for now. Get this out there. All right, love you guys.